So you're wondering how to get more sales. That's what we're going to talk about. How do I get more sales? There is a very easy strategy. It just takes a little time to implement. And I call it the sweet spot method. It also comes from Mike Michalowicz's book, The Pumpkin Plan. This sweet spot is really important. If there's 3 elements of your business that you've got to nail and get just right, and it's going to take some time to do it just right. And it's probably not going to be perfect when you think you've got there. There's always room for improvement. So, and the reason why we do it is so we can grow our sales, so we can get more people into the doors, buying our products, buying our services. And that is key, especially during a recession. So what do we do to do that? Well, I'm going to talk about that. First, I want to know if you have thoughts or questions about that. So hit me up, comment on the video, shoot me an email at jacob@curtisaccountingsolutions.com. And speaking of that, I am actually the founder and owner of Curtis Accounting Solutions and a co-owner of a quilt shop, Utah Valley Quilting. And so I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. The sweet spot. How does this apply to sales? What is it and how does it work? The sweet spot is identifying who your top customers are, what makes you different and sets you apart from the crowd, meaning your competition, and how you've been able to scale your business, your systems and your processes and stuff like that. And so really what we want to focus in on today is really how do I set myself aside from the crowd? Because I think most of us understand who our customers are. But again, maybe not. I'm actually providing a webinar coming up on July 21st, all about talking about the secret to finding your sweet spots, the secret to finding your customers. We're going to talk about what the sweet spot is and specifically who your top customers and how to create a unique offering, what makes your experience different compared to your competitors, because that's the best thing you can do. The more different you are, the better you stand out, and the more likely it is that you're going to have those customers come in and see what you've got. So step number 1 is to identify who your top customers are. Really identify who that is, whether it's an avatar, customer avatar. Identify who they are, where they go, what they're doing, what projects they're doing and working on, those kinds of things, because that is really important. If you don't understand your top customer inside and out, it's going to be extremely difficult to find more and duplicate and replicate them. In fact, you're going to get people coming from all over. And the other thing, that step 2 is really to make yourself unique. There's a few different elements when it comes to making your business unique and different from everybody else. But it's very critical that you do make it unique and different. Just think about it. If you look exactly like everybody else, you sell the exact same things, you have the exact same products and services, what makes people come to you versus your competition? And this is especially true if you're in an area where there's multiple stores. I focus on quilt stores. You're probably a quilt store when you're looking at this for quilt shop, and you probably know 3 or 4 or 5 of your competitors all within, a close 30 to a 60-minute, 45-minute drive or something like that, right? What makes you different from them? And if you're selling online, and what makes you different from those that are selling online? Whether that's through Facebook, some kind of live feed selling, or just a traditional e-commerce website, what makes you different? What sets you apart? And these are all things that are really, really important to get right. And so the first step, though, is like I said, you've got to identify and understand who your top customers are, and then you can build your unique experience to tailor to those top customers. Those 2 steps have to go in that order. You can't build a unique experience and then figure out who your top customers are. You've got to figure out who your top customers are and who you want to serve, and then you can build an experience and offer products and services that they really want and love. And there's lots of different methods to do that. You can go to curtisaccountingsolutions.com/resources, and there's 5 or 6 or 7 different work action guides, really what they are, action guides that you can download and help you figure out what that is. One of those is identifying your area of innovation. What are you going to do to continually innovate and keep yourself different from the competition? And so we're going to go over these in more detail on the webinar, but just a sneak peek, you've got to know who your customers are, and you've got to know what makes you different from your competition, and then you've got to promote that. That's how you're going to beat this recession and any kind of economic downturn, and how to grow your business when the economy is doing great. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and on my website at curtisaccountingsolutions.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. Again, you can go to my website, curtisaccountingsolutions.com, click on the events tab, and register for that next webinar, which is going to be on July 21st. The secret to finding and keeping great customers. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye.